us with nasiha and guidance and inspiration on this day of Jummah. And Alhamdulillah, this morning we have the pleasure of Moulana Aniskara, who will be giving us the nasiha. Moulana, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khairan for having me.
Ameen, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Jazakallah to you as well, Molana, for your time. We do appreciate it. But before we get to the Nasiha, I've just been handed a pamphlet, Alhamdulillah, and we see a world renowned Quran reciter from Egypt. And we're talking about Sheikh Taha Nomani coming through to South Africa. And Alhamdulillah, the month of October, a tour across many cities around South Africa, inshallah.
It's alhamdulillah, shukr to Allah. Just a quick background, and I think we'll blend the nasiha in with this particular tour that's coming up. Through the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we've been Khuddaamaul Qur'aan together with the Hifz Academy here in Maritzburg has been hosting a qari once a year. But the focus, or an international qari at least once a year, we have many programs throughout the year, but an international qari towards the end of the year, October, going into November. And alhamdulillah, Brother Inayat, the focus of this thing is to create the love of Quran and create the awareness of Quran in the communities, in the people, in the hearts, in our hearts, firstly in us as the hosts, in our hearts, because verily everything, our whole guidance, the handbook for life is Al-Quran and the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So over the years, we've been hosting an international qari once every year, alhamdulillah. And also this year, alhamdulillah, we were blessed. We didn't host him, but we were blessed to have Sheikh Dr. Ahmed Naina. And the morning he was on interview, I was doing the translation for you there. So alhamdulillah, we are blessed. This is Ahlul Quran, hum Ahlullahi wa Khassatuh. They are the family of Almighty, like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Ahlul Quran, hum Ahlullahi wa Khassatuhu. The people of Quran are the family of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the chosen ones. So we try and live like our lives like this, and try and inculcate the teachings of Al-Quran into our lives. When Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha was asked, what was the character of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, she said, كَانَ خُلُقُهُ الْقُرْآنِ, that the character of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was that of the Quran. And in the Quran, every single answer we need is in the Quran, whatever we need. So I was having a discussion with a non-Muslim person. When you say that everything is in the Quran, where is if you claim that if the answer for everything is in the Quran, then where is the recipe for biryani in Quran? I said it's there if you just look, and you were shocked. And I said, "Fas'alu ahla dhikr." Ask those who know. That's the answer for it. So every single point of our life, there is reference made in Quran for it. Be it our character, be it our business transactions, be it up until our inheritance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put it for us in the Quran. And the reason, like coming back to the point of this, is to create the awareness and the love of Quran and the recital of Quran in the community. The example of this is, Abdul Basit rahimahullah ta'ala alayh. He was one who recited Quran in this fashion, which is known as the Mujawwad recitation fashion. And today's time, mashallah, we have many Qurra, we have many people who are aspiring Qurra, Hufaz, and we want to push them in the direction of Warattil al-Quran tartila, that we recite the Quran in a slow paced voice. Why? Because on the day of Qiyamah it will be told to us, وَرَتِّلْ كَمَا كُنْتَ تُرَتِّلُ فِي الدُّنْيَا, that ascend the stages of Jannah like how you recited in the world. So slowly you read, and as you are reading, you will ascend the stages of Jannah. So this Mujawwad, or better known in our terms as a Tartil style of recital of Quran, is one like that of Sheikh Abdul Basit. And we try and inculcate this into the students, because, or not into the students, into ourselves firstly, and try and bring the awareness into the people, and then inculcate it into our students at the Madrassatul Ameen Quran Academy here in Maritzburg. The reason for this is people perfect the recitation of the Holy Quran. It is so important, Brother Inayat, that sometimes, we think that we are reading correctly, but when we sit at the feet of these shuyukh that we host, we understand that our tajweed could be a little bit off. And it is important that we we bring in our lives the correct recitation of Quran. So that is what we do, Alhamdulillah. We try and bring alive the Quran, the awareness of Quran, the love of Quran, the love of the recitation of the Holy Quran, to such a point, Alhamdulillah, where our Hifz class overflows, where people want to know and want to learn more about this particular style of recitation of Quran. Alhamdulillah. And inshallah, the Sheikh will be arriving on Wednesday morning, inshallah. We will then be traveling to Port Elizabeth on Thursday for the first program to be on Friday night in Masjid Ibadur Rahman in Utenake. Then Saturday we will be traveling to Durban, where the program will be hosted on Saturday night after Maghrib. All the programs after Maghrib Salah will be hosted at Habibia Sufi Masjid in Riverside. And then Sunday will be at Madrassatul Qur'an for the program called Yawmul Qur'an. Now look at this, Brother Inayat. Yawmul Qur'an, a day spent in the company of Qur'an. The program starts at around 2 o'clock and it runs right up until Isha Salah. What a beautiful program. Actually, after Maghrib will be the final recital by the Sheikh Taha Nomani. And but Brother Inayat, you have to be there. You see the youngsters, how they enjoy Quran. It is such a phenomenal thing, because today's time the youngsters are on TikTok, the youngsters are on Instagram, Facebook, and not really paying much attention to the dini aspect and bringing about the recitation of Quran. But if you go to this Madrassatul Quran in Maritzburg, with the Darul Ulum, you will see how the youngsters are so engrossed in learning and teaching Quran, subhanallah, which is خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said to us and taught us that the best of you is the one who learns the Quran and teaches it. So these youngsters, subhanallah, at the Madrasatul Quran, they prepare themselves in such a way that they're presenting on a level where such great Qurra are listening to them and they are presenting it well. So they're taking pride in it, subhanallah. Then from there we move on to Cape Town at Masjid Shukrul Mubin in Lansdowne. And then Tuesday night we will be Tuesday we'll be traveling to Kimberley, and it will be at the Mogul Park Masjid. And then we have a break for a day, give the Qari a rest, his vocals. And then Thursday we'll be moving on to Carolina, inshallah. Friday will be Masjidul Imam Shafi'i, rahimahullah ta'ala, in Mayfair. And then the grand finale will be at the Maritzburg Masjid. Now this particular program, Brother Inayat, alhamdulillah, it creates such an environment where people, alhamdulillah, by the mercy of Allah, flock towards it. We're sitting at about 2,500 people attending this program. It's a big marquee that is put up across the road in the Maritzburg Masjid. We have various Qurra from around the country, from Tanzania as well, from Botswana, that come and recite, and only for one purpose, to create the love of Quran. So this program starts at 4:30 on the 2nd of November at the Maritzburg Masjid, and it continues up until 11, 12 o'clock at night. This one is known as Laylatul Quran, a night spent in the company of Al-Quran. There's many advices that is disseminated there. There's many ulama that come. There's many Qurra that recite. Subhanallah. So it is an amazing opportunity to connect with Quran. And Quran is going to be our companion in the day we close our eyes, and we don't know which day that is. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Al-kayyisu man dana nafsahu wa amila lima ba'da al-maut," that a wise person is one who takes stock of himself and he prepares himself for when he closes his eyes. So preparing ourselves for when we close our eyes, our companion in the grave would be the Quran. We need to create that love of Quran in our hearts. We need to connect with the Quran. We need to have the Quran as a main guide for us, for in every way of life. Be it how we treat our women, be it how we treat our children, be it how we treat our parents, how we do our business, uh, uh, how we give our zakat, how we deal with our inheritance. All the answers, subhanallah, is written for us in Al Quran. And what a better opportunity to connect with the Quran than now when we have such a luminary coming to our shores, and to spend time in his presence and to listen to his recitation of Quran. And most of these Qurra that come, I mean, for example, Sheikh Ahmad Naina that was here recently, I asked him, how many Jews do you read a day? He says, I try to read about 7, but sometimes because of the age now, I finish on 5. 5 paras a day, 5 ajza a day. These are the type of the Qurra that are reciting 5 ajza a day. What nur doesn't come from them?
Well, certainly does, Moulana. In fact, Moulana, it's such a, you provided such a wonderful overview of this tour, and at the same time, sent a very, very profound and a very powerful message with regard to the Quran, the love of the Quran, the recitation of the Quran, the message of the Quran. And inshallah, we hope that, obviously, a lot of people, and going right across many of the cities in South Africa, people looking forward to it, inshallah. And, the key issue here is, inshallah, many people, I'm sure, will be attending to listen to Sheikh Taha Nomani and also be inspired, as you mentioned, to recite the Quran, inspiring many a young person as well. So, alhamdulillah, a wonderful effort, wonderful for effort on the part of all the organizers, alhamdulillah, of this wonderful tour. And inshallah, we look forward to the success of this tour, but more importantly, we look forward to inspiring the Muslim Ummah through the Noble Quran and the message of the Noble Quran, inshallah. Maulana, Jazakallah khairan so much this morning. Allah Ta'ala accept, Allah Ta'ala reward all your efforts and everybody else that is involved in this initiative as well. And inshallah, we make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy and have yourself a wonderful Jummah, inshallah.
You too. Jazakumullah khairan for the opportunity, Brother Inayat. Allah bless you and the whole team at Salam Media. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Maulana Aniskara was in Nasiha this morning, and also at the same time, this tour of Sheikh Taha Nomani, a world renowned Quran reciter from Egypt, and brought to you by Khuddaamaul Qur'an and Madrassatul Ameen Quran Academy. And starting next week from October the 25th, Port Elizabeth, and heading to Durban, Pietermaritzburg, Cape Town, Kimberley, Mpumalanga, Johannesburg, and also in Maritzburg. And uh, if you are in the vicinity, you are in the area, you are in those cities, please look out for the information and make a point of going to listen to this wonderful Qari from Egypt. With that, we're going to go for a break. We come back. We have got a fair amount of ground to cover. We are still working very, very hard. And the breaking news, just to remind you that there have been reports of Hamas leader, the newly elected Hamas leader, Yahya Sinwar, has been killed by this Zionist occupier.